Hey Imagine Kids, welcome to our online kid service. I'm so glad that you are here with me today. We are kicking off our very last week of our April themes today. And for preschool, that theme has been 1, 2, 3. We have been learning that Jesus is alive and he wants to be our friend forever. Today, our story focus is that Jesus taught us how to love one another. And we are going to hear a Bible story from the book of Acts. Let's say our memory verse together. I am alive forever and ever. Revelation 1:18. Say it with me. I am alive forever and ever. Revelation 1:18.
Let me tell you why there's a smile on my face today. Hands are lifted high, can't be shy, I won't be afraid. Jesus is alive and I know he loves me. Jesus is alive, he has saved the day. Jesus is alive, come on shout and sing it. He is alive, he is alive. Jesus is alive. Let me tell you why there's a smile on my face today. Hands are lifted high, can't be shy, I won't be afraid. Jesus is alive and I know he loves me. Jesus is alive, he has saved the day. Jesus is alive, come on shout and sing it. He is alive, he is alive. Jesus is alive. Oh, I just can't stop singing about it. I just wanna tell the world. Oh, I just can't stop singing and shouting. Gotta tell everyone, tell the world. Jesus is alive and I know he loves me. Jesus is alive, he has saved the day. Jesus is alive, come on shout and sing it. He is alive, he is alive. Jesus is alive.
You know what time it is?
It's time to hear a story full of wonder. There's so much fun we'll have learning together. So let's go down to the clubhouse with Ollie and his friends. Let's go down to the clubhouse where wonder never ends at the Wonder Clubhouse. Meet with you at the Wonder Clubhouse. Meet with you.
Hey friends, my name is Peyton. Do you know what this is? A birdhouse! Birdhouses go outside so that birds have little homes to visit for food. There are 1, 2, 3 parts to this birdhouse. Part 1 is the house. The house keeps the bird and its food warm and dry. My friends helped me put together the birdhouse. It turned out great, right? Part 2 is the landing stick. This is what the bird stands on. Miss Kathy Sue gave us this stick from her craft supplies. The bird can sit on it and sing. Part 3 is the bird seed. My teacher, Mr. Patel, had some bird seed and he shared it with me. You put the food inside the birdhouse so the bird can eat a yummy snack.
Who?
It's Ollie!
Hello, Peyton. Who? Does that birdhouse belong to you?
Yes, and I had friends who helped with it too. Miss Kathy Sue helped with the landing stick, and my teacher, Mr. Patel, helped by giving me birdseed.
People helping each other is a good thing to do. I've got a story to remind us that's true. Listen up. Just follow me through.
Follow me through.
Hola, friends. I'm Luis, the handyman. It's so good to see you today. I'm fixing this chair for my friend from church. And you know what? This reminds me of today's story. Do you want to help me build it? Great! Hammers up, little builders. Ready? Uno, dos, tres, hammer. Great job, little helpers. You can put your hammers down. Now we just need our story tools. Yep, we have everything we need. Okay, so today's true story from the Bible is about how more people believed that Jesus is alive, and they became the very first church. That's right. The church is not about a building. It's about the people. People like you and me. And Jesus wants the people who are the church to love. When I count to 3, say love. 1, 2, 3. Love. Let's say it again. 1, 2, 3. Love. Love is what the church is all about. Now, how did the first church love each other? Every day they ate meals together. They learned about Jesus together. They prayed together. And they shared everything they had with each other. If one friend needed a coat, another friend would share a coat. If one friend didn't have a place to live, another friend would let him stay with them. People would even sell something they had so they would have money to help each other. The people of the first church wanted to love like Jesus. And that's what we can do too. Love. Jesus wants us to, say it with me when I count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Love. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Love. And the best part is we can all be the church and love because Jesus is alive. Hey there, Ollie. Tell me, who is alive?
Jesus is alive. Yes, it's true. Now let's hear it from you. Tell me, who is alive?
Jesus is alive. That's the truth, friends. Adios.
So there's your story. And it's all true. Jesus taught us how to love each other by helping and giving what we have too.
Thanks, Ollie.
Goodbye to you. Hoo, hoo.
Wow, I love how the church is about people who come together to love one another. I think I got the story. Did you get it? If you did, say got it. Get it?
Got it!
Good. I love how everyone came together to help with this birdhouse. Let's go hang it right now. I want to start helping others, even the birds. See you next time. Bye.
Hey, kindergarten through 5th grade, we are going to jump into our very final week of Community Garden. Remember, we have been learning about humility, putting others first by giving up what we think we deserve. Our very final bottom line for this theme is put others first by making things right. Let's say our memory verse together. Don't do anything only to get ahead. Don't do it because you are proud. Instead, be humble. Value others more than yourselves. Philippians 2:3. Say it with me. Don't do anything only to get ahead. Don't do it because you are proud. Instead, be humble. Value others more than yourselves. Philippians 2:3.
Welcome to Story Lab. This week, we're talking about humility, while we take a look at the story of a really unusual breakfast. Hey, I'm Skylar.
And I'm Sebastian.
We're talking about humility, which is putting others first by giving up what you think you deserve.
So what are we doing today?
This.
Taking out the trash.
Take a look inside.
Okay.
Hold on.
I feel like I'm doing surgery.
Go ahead.
1 banana peel, eggshell, more eggshells,
I like omelets.
coffee grounds.
Dark roast. This is the way.
Ooh. Why are we doing an archaeological dig of your breakfast?
Not just my breakfast.
Let me guess, you lost a contact?
Nope.
I give up.
What do you see?
A bunch of garbage.
I see pure gold.
I think you need to get your eyes checked.
This stuff can turn into something amazing.
What?
Ta-da!
Dirt.
Not just any old dirt, compost.
Compost is decayed organic matter used to fertilize and nourish garden soil.
This stuff adds all kinds of nutrients. It can make plants grow like crazy.
But how does all that turn into this?
I'm so glad you asked. Let's make it. There are actually a bunch of ways to make compost. You can go outside and dig a hole about 1 foot deep, but you can also just compost on your kitchen counter with a bin like this.
So you just dump the stuff into the bin and it turns to compost?
Not quite. You need 2 ingredients for your compost recipe, greens and browns.
I see green and I see brown.
Actually, these are all greens. Fruit and veggie scraps, eggshells, tea bags, and coffee grounds are all greens because they have a lot of nitrogen in them. If you have this many greens, you need 3 times as many browns.
Ooh, will these do?
Nope. Browns are rich in carbon, stuff like shredded newspaper, dried leaves, and cardboard. We need to feed our compost with 1 part greens and 3 parts brown.
I'm on it. All right, that's 1 green and then 3 brown. There we go. Now we keep doing that, right?
Yep.
2
2.
and 3.
3.
And then we need 1 of this.
Yes. Well, it is basically garbage.
That's it?
Pretty much. You can feed your bin greens and browns, and with the right balance of carbon and nitrogen, it'll help it decompose quickly. And it also helps to turn it over every few days.
What a cool way to turn something no one wants into dirt. Really helpful, awesome dirt.
There's more than one way to make something good out of something not. It's time for
The story before the story.
Today, we're in John, the 4th book in the New Testament. But before John, in the very beginning, out of a deep, deep love, God made an amazing world.
But when people turned away from God, the world was broken. God made a plan to draw people back into relationship. So at the right time, God sent his very own son, Jesus, to come live among us.
When Jesus grew up, he traveled from town to town, teaching and healing.
But the religious leaders made plans to get rid of him. Jesus was crucified on a cross and died.
But early Sunday morning, Jesus returned to life. Lots of his friends saw him.
Which is where our story starts.
Take it away.
Hey everyone, I'm Chloe.
Hey, Chloe.
After Jesus defeated death, he appeared to Mary Magdalene and then to his closest friends, and lots of other followers too. We can only imagine how amazed and overjoyed they were, and how many questions they had, especially Peter.
I said 3 times I didn't know Jesus. Is he angry with me? Does he still want me to be his friend?
It was true. The night before Jesus was crucified, Peter had promised he would die before denying Jesus.
Where I am going, you can't follow now, but you will follow me later.
Lord, why can't I follow you now? I will give my life for you.
Will you really give your life for me? Before the rooster crows, you will say 3 times that you don't know me.
Within hours, Jesus was arrested. Many of Jesus' friends had fled, but Peter followed behind, trying to remain unnoticed. As Jesus was questioned by the high priest, Peter stayed outside, warming himself by a fire. A servant girl questioned him.
You aren't one of Jesus' disciples too, are you?
Peter was cold and scared, so he let fear take over.
I am not.
2 more times, Peter denied knowing Jesus. Then, a rooster crowed, just as Jesus had said, and Peter realized the terrible thing he had done. That had only been a short time before. Even though Jesus was now alive again, Peter wasn't sure what Jesus thought of him. So, Peter did what he often did when something was bothering him. He gathered a few friends and went fishing. All night long, they threw out their nets, but by early morning, they still hadn't caught a single fish. As they returned to shore, they saw a lone figure standing there.
Friends, don't you have any fish?
No.
Throw your net on the right side of the boat. There you will find some fish.
That makes 0 sense.
Even though it seemed ridiculous, Peter gave it a try. And within moments, the net was so full of fish, they couldn't even pull it onto the boat.
It's Jesus.
In his excitement, Peter forgot his worries and splashed as fast as he could toward Jesus. When he reached the shore, Peter found that Jesus had already cooked fish over a campfire.
Come and have breakfast.
Jesus offered the fish and some bread to Peter and his friends. The last time they had eaten together was the night Jesus died. But so much had happened since then. They may have been quiet as they ate, wondering how things would be different now. When they finished breakfast, Jesus called Peter aside. Maybe they took a walk on the beach. I bet Peter's heart was pounding fast.
This is it.
Peter, do you love me more than these others do?
This was not what Peter expected. He took a deep breath and answered.
Yes, Lord. You know that I love you.
Feed my lambs.
Now, let's be clear. There were no sheep on the beach. Jesus didn't mean for Peter to take some lambs out into a field of green grass. But many times, Peter had heard Jesus call himself the Good Shepherd, while the people around him were like sheep.
Jesus wants me to take care of the people who follow him.
Again, Jesus asked,
Peter, do you love me?
Yes, Lord. You know that I love you.
Take care of my sheep.
Peter was getting anxious again. Why had Jesus asked a second time? Didn't Jesus believe him? A third time, Jesus asked.
Peter, do you love me?
Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you.
Feed my sheep.
Peter was frustrated that Jesus kept repeating this until he realized.
Jesus has asked me 3 times if I love him. Maybe that's once for every time I said I didn't know him.
Jesus had not only forgiven Peter, Jesus was inviting Peter to care for all the people who would follow Jesus now and in the years to come. Following Jesus wouldn't be easy, but it would be worth it. Every step of the way. The end.
Wow, so Peter really messed up, but Jesus still loved him.
Yeah, Jesus didn't leave him hanging.
Exactly. Peter was the one who denied Jesus, but Jesus took time to make it right between them.
So, what's our part in the story?
Well, if someone wrongs you, it's super easy to stay mad. But even if you feel like you have a right to stay mad, humility means choosing to forgive and make things right.
Maybe your friend didn't call and invite you to their house on Saturday like they said they would. Instead of being mad and refusing to talk to them until they talk to you first, you can go to your friend.
You can tell your friend you were hurt, but still care about them and want to hang out.
Or your big sister promised to give you a ride to school, but she left early, and you had to wait for the bus in the rain.
Instead of giving your sister the cold shoulder, go to her. Tell her that it wasn't okay, but you still love her.
And if you are the one who hurt someone else, it's just as important to make things right with them.
This is not easy stuff.
But it's super important.
You're absolutely right. See you next time.
Bye, Chloe. So here's the thing. Put others first by making things right.
Got it. Do you think Peter and Jesus composted their breakfast leftovers?
No idea.
Hold on a sec. All right. She looks hungry.
Apple core?
Nom, 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 nom. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us in the Story Lab. See you next time.
Thank you so very much for joining me for our online kids service today. I'm so glad that we got to learn today and celebrate that Jesus is alive. I hope you have a very great week, and I will see you here next week.